Welcome to the Skillful She podcast, where we navigate soft skills for women. This is your sanctuary, where empowerment meets real world strategies. I am your host, Lucy Macridis, and this is season 7, where we consider becoming her in wholeness. And I am joined by my fellow coach here, Coach Kabeyu Karuga. Coach,
yes,
this is
Coach
episode
Lucy.
3.
Imagine.
We are already here.
Imagine
wow,
that.
Wow. Coach Kabeyu is from ReInventHer, and you want to look her up for even greater nuggets than what she's sharing here today. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
In episode 2, it was very controversial, where we were talking about the silent revolution and the self-worth, and just celebrating how we can reinforce healthy self-worthiness, or so to speak. Well, a segue for this would be having the courage to be seen as you are. Because once you understand your self-worth, your self-value, the next natural step is to step up and allow people to see you for who you are. Easier said than done. So today's episode, Coach, is about the courage to be seen as you are. So what does everyday courage look like for women today? If we are going to show up like this, can we at least have an example of what this courage looks like? So if I meet it around the corner, I recognize it.
The thing about everyday courage is that it's not events, it's nothing big, it's not David and Goliath kind of stories. It's in your little decisions, in you finally saying no when you mean no, as opposed to saying yes when you mean no. It's you walking away from a situation that does not serve you.
Yeah.
It is you stepping out of your comfort zone, showing up differently, keeping promises to yourself.
Wow.
Yes, those are different ways that you can show up for yourself on a daily.
Wow, it's interesting you just said that about keeping promises to yourself. It's Eliud Kipchoge on one of his clips where he talks about that, keeping a promise to yourself. If you cannot keep a promise to yourself, you're breaking trust. And when you break trust within yourself, how then do you show up in courage? So, thank you for reminding me that. I hadn't seen the connection there. So our everyday courage for women is in those small actions, those small moments.
Yes, tiny, nothing big. As I said, we're not doing David and Goliath here.
It's not an event.
No, it's not an event. It's not a ceremony. Yes, it is you speaking up, not dimming your light and letting it shine, regardless of how it is taken by other people. You going after that thing that you have been convincing yourself you're not worth or deserving of. Yeah? Stepping out of your comfort zone every day.
When we're talking about becoming her in wholeness, there's a lot of facets here that we need to consider. And showing up in courage means trusting who I am, that I am good enough for myself first before I step out. And in those small aspects of saying yes when you actually mean no, you're dishonoring yourself. And if already beginning of this year, you had a vision, and now you find that you veered off this vision, let it not be that it is because you were busy saying yes as opposed to saying no to interruptions and distractions. Coach Kabeyu, when you correct me if I'm wrong, but when you have a vision and you've put down your plans for it, the universe already speaks to you to make these plans come true. And then comes Lucy and Kabeyu along the way, who have no plans. For them it's happy-go-lucky, and they try to distract you. And instead of honoring your plans and saying, no, Kabeyu, because this is what I'm doing right now, you say yes. And when you say that, like she said in episode 2, you already start chipping away at your own self-worth. And this is not a place that you want to be. But I want to believe this is where women hide, Coach Kabeyu, because that's my next question. How can we begin to show up authentically as opposed to where it is that we hide? What are your thoughts on that?
how do we begin to show up authentically?
Yes.
I think first of all is asking yourself who you are, or choosing who you are, because that will determine what authenticity looks like for you, right? You decide, as I gave an example earlier on, you decide that going forward, you're taking up the identity of a confident woman, right? So authenticity now is aligning your actions to this identity.
Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
You're showing up as you, as a confident woman, as someone who does not know it all. Whatever it is, you're showing up as you, the person who is aligned to your identity, as opposed to performing.
Wow. That is so scary, Coach.
It is
that
definitely.
Courage to show up as you are cannot be easy.
It cannot be easy, but what is it that you have acquired or you have achieved that was easy? A lot of the things that we achieve needed some stepping out of your comfort zone.
This is true.
Yes.
I love that analogy. Yeah. Whatever it is that we are good at today, it took time. It just did not happen overnight.
Yes. And you start with walking. I was speaking to my client recently and I was telling them, it is assumed that babies born know how to breastfeed. A lot of them struggle to even latch onto their mothers until they figure it out. And then there is a new thing that they need to do. So the big one is their first steps. And it takes them a bit of a while to figure it out before they can finally walk comfortably. So adopting that kind of attitude of the first time you try something, the first time you step out of your comfort zone, it's not going to be a walk in the park.
I'm sold.
A bit of practice.
I am sold.
A bit of better self-talk, inner dialogue. You get there. Imagine if we all just said, that baby has fallen down too many times, enough. Put him on a stroller. No more walking. Where would we all be today?
It's so true. I'm sold. I really am sold. I never put that analogy into perspective. Just the fact that they have to fall so many times. I would love to be a fly on a wall in a child's mind as they curiously respond to their natural body movement and want to take that step. And then once they take that step, there's no, here we are, walking, running, but we went through that first.
In fact, I was finding it funny that you're saying they, and I'm like, you are one of the you had to figure it out
so
too.
That is me showing up authentically. Me being able to have the courage to step out as I am.
Yes, be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
You might not know it all. You might not be equipped with everything that you need. It's okay. Being inauthentic is you performing.
Becoming me in wholeness.
Yes. As you are.
So beautiful.
Do we all need some work? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We might need a bit of panel beating, some body work here. Just I'm putting the analogy of a car, but it doesn't take away from the car.
It doesn't.
So that's the same. We might need a bit of panel beating here, a bit of work here, a bit of coaching here, but show up as you.
Wow.
Because what's the point of being the second best version of Kabeyu, Be the best version of yourself. Just come as you.
Okay, so when I'm coming as me and I have this courage, because that's what this episode today is about, is the courage to be seen as you are. So this is what's going to inform how you show up. Yeah. So how does this type of authenticity, let me call it type of authenticity, influence leadership? How it ends up now when we are leading others in whatever community. And the big one, relationships.
Interesting. One of the things that I find very interesting about authenticity, it's not seen, it's felt.
Authenticity is felt?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why sometimes you can listen to music or you can listen to something on audio and you can tell that this person meant it. It's authentic. You don't have to see them to know that this is an authentic message. It's coming from the deepest part of her heart and she's not performing.
I love
because
that.
We feel authenticity, we don't necessarily see it with our eyes.
Okay. All right.
And what happens, and interestingly, people usually tell you that we may forget what you did, but we never forget how you made us feel.
True.
Yes?
Yes.
And so when you're being authentic, it makes us feel something. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel like we can trust you. It makes us feel like you're real. That's why you hear a lot of people being told, especially when they are coming into the space of social media or content creation, be authentic and your tribe will find you. Yes, because people resonate with authenticity.
Yes.
They feel it and they want to be connected or to be attached with authentic things that are real. They're not asking for perfection. You've seen content where the production is horrible.
Yeah.
Right? But because of the message, they have millions of followers,
So true.
millions of views because of the authenticity. So to your question, once I feel safe, I feel I can trust you, it makes leadership easier because leaders need to be trusted. Leaders need to make sure that their team is safe. You know, they can lead us to the next level. They can lead us to the bigger revenues.
Yeah.
So being able to be authentic makes it easier for you to be able to lead because people can trust you, can trust your leadership.
Yes.
When it comes to general relationships, it's the same thing. I'm not going to be able to have a relationship with someone I don't trust.
Yes.
It's very difficult. You know, I don't even think, if you don't trust them, that's not a relationship, you know? So it allows me to feel safe enough to be authentic as well, because I have felt it from you. So it allows me to also now bring in my real self. So it takes relationships to the next level. Yeah.
Wow. This particular season 7 has been about becoming her in wholeness. What we started off with, of reclaiming that vision, and we moved on to that silent movement of self-worth, to finishing off with the courage to be seen as you are. I hope that this particular thematic time that we have had together has given you steps that you can take, and if not, thoughts that you can reflect on. I mean, Coach Kabeyu, thank you so much.
Most welcome.
For just bringing it out. I mean, you've given us practical ways to show up. Some of them are not easy. But if there's one thing that she said, it's coming out of this comfort zone, because we are becoming her in wholeness. We cannot become if we're just stuck in one particular place. So what are you going to do differently would be my question to you. Well, keep cultivating these soft skills, and always remember that you are not alone. We rise by leading ourselves first, and then we can lift somebody else. Well, this is Lucy, your clarity coach. Until we meet again in season 8, signing off.